Welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Mastermind behind the assassination of Bangabandhu and family will be unveiled soon, said PM at the unveiling ceremony of Mujib Memorial Book. Bangladesh officially began administering booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine on a limited scale this morning. High Court directs to submit investigation report on Jhalukati launch fire within 30 days. 2 accused surrender to court. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said that the mastermind behind the assassination of father of the nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his family will be unveiled soon. Sheikh Hasina said this while attending the unveiling ceremony of Mujib Memorial Book titled Bangabandhu and the Judiciary, published by the Bangladesh Supreme Court. The Premier also said that Ziaur Rahman was involved in the killing. Hasina also criticized the United States for giving shelter to the convict of Bangabandhu's murder by talking about democracy. Meanwhile, she urged the court to take necessary steps to write the verdict in Bengali as well as English. Hasina also highlighted various steps taken by the government to ensure rule of laws. Bangladesh officially began the administration of booster doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, but on a limited scale today. Dr. Shamsul Haq, the director of the Director General of Health Services Vaccination Program, said a few hospitals in Dhaka started the administration of the third COVID-19 jab, the Pfizer vaccine, as a booster dose. Dr. Shamsul said that initially citizens aged above 60 will receive the booster doses. Already registered members on Surakha app who received 2 doses of a COVID jab will get SMS to receive the booster dose. After that, people will get the jabs from the center showing their vaccine card. Since last Sunday, the government has been giving the booster jabs experimentally. A relative of a victim has filed a case against 20 people, including Hamzalal Sheikh, owner of MV Obhijan 10 launch. The High Court has directed to submit the investigation report within 30 days. Complaining Momnir said that his sister Taslima Akhtar, brother-in-law Shuman Sardar, with their 3 children, started for Borguna from Dhaka by Obhijan 10 on December 23rd. Monir went to Jhalukati the next morning and tried to identify their bodies, but could not as the bodies were burned beyond recognition. Besides, another body was recovered from Sugandha River in Jhalukati today morning. Fire service said his age is around 35 years. Meanwhile, 2 accused of the launch fire surrendered in court. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan said today, as per the opinion of the Law Ministry, there is no scope in the law to allow BNP chairperson Khaleda Zia to go abroad for medical treatment. The minister said the opinion of the ministry will be sent to the Prime Minister after its review. Meanwhile, BNP held rallies in 3 districts today demanding release of Khaleda Zia and medical treatment abroad. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir addressed the rally in Manikganj today as the chief guest. Dhaka International Trade Fair is set to begin at Purbachal of the capital on January 1st, with much expectation to repair scar on economy caused by COVID-19 pandemic. The 26th edition of the trade fair is expected to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. This is for the first time that DITF is going to be held in Purbachal instead of Shere Bangla Nagar. Various business groups and companies from home and abroad are expected to participate in the fair. Viewers are taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Bangla City SATV News. Now international news. India has moved to cut off foreign funding to a charity founded by Mother Teresa, saying the Catholic organization did not meet conditions under local laws, dealing a blow to one of the most prominent groups running shelters for the poor. The Home Ministry said in a statement the Missionaries of Charity's application for renewing a license that allows it to get funds from abroad was refused on Christmas. The move came after several right-wing Hindu groups disrupted Christmas Mass in parts of India during the weekend. Early on Monday, the Chief Minister of West Bengal State, Mamata Banerjee, sparked outrage when she tweeted that the government had frozen the bank accounts of the charity. A much-anticipated talk between the United States and Russia will hold in January, said White House officials. Bilateral talks are scheduled for January 10, with the rivals due to negotiate on nuclear arm control and mounting tensions over Ukraine, said U.S. spokesperson. The meeting will be held as part of the Strategic Security Dialogue initiative launched by U.S. President Joe Biden and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin at the summit in Geneva last June. The security situation at the Afghanistan-Tajikistan border is a concern. Russian President Vladimir Putin said a risk Moscow has sought to mitigate by strengthening its military base in Tajikistan with weapons and other equipment. The possibility of Islamist militants in Afghanistan infiltrating Tajikistan and other former Soviet republics in Central Asia is a worry for Moscow, which views the region as a defensive buffer south. Russia said it was reinforcing its military base in Tajikistan with 30 new tanks and that its force there has been carried out exercises with missile defense system. Malaysia's government was under fire on Monday as residents accused it of responding too slowly after the country's worst flood in years. Days of torrential rain caused rivers to overflow last week, swamping cities, forcing tens of thousands of people to flee their homes while leaving dozens of people dead. Damaged appliances and soaked furniture were piled up on the street and outside homes in flooded areas as residents and volunteers continued a massive cleanup drive. Many were frustrated with the authorities. The mounds of rubbish left in the area after the floods have also sparked fear of disease outbreaks. However, Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob has admitted weakness of flood response. Bone-chilling cold has engulfed parts of northern and western Canada over the past few days, but for the first time this season, a temperature below -51 degrees Celsius was recorded over the weekend. Weather authorities say a temperature of -51.1 degrees Celsius was recorded on Sunday in Rabbit Kettle, Northwest Territories. On the flip side, Nova Scotia simultaneously became the warmest spot in the country at 4.6 degrees Celsius, giving the country a national range of nearly 56 degrees. The UAE issued its first civil marriage license for a non-Muslim couple, state media reported Monday, as the Gulf country seeks to keep its edge over regional competitors. The United Arab Emirates, where foreigners make up 90% of the approximate 10 million population, has been amending its laws to present itself as a modernizing force in a largely conservative nation. Canadian couple were the first to marry under a new law on the personal status of non-Muslim in the Emirates capital Abu Dhabi. One of Myanmar's most popular celebrities has been jailed for 3 years for taking part in mass protests that rocked Myanmar following a military coup last February. Painting Taekon, a model and actor with millions of fans, took part in an anti-coup protest and had also been vocal in condemning the government online. Taekon was arrested in April. The 24-year-old had previously been seen participating in several demonstrations and marches. He was also posted images of ousted civilian leader and pro-democracy icon Aung San Suu Kyi. Workers dismantling the pedestal of statue of the Confederate general discovered a copper box on Monday believed to have been buried 130 years ago. A second apparent time capsule unearthed at the site. Reports said a time capsule hidden in the base of the statue of General Robert E. Lee, who commanded the Army of Northern Virginia during the Civil War, contained relics such as buttons and bullets, Confederate currency, maps, and a rare picture of assassinated President Abraham Lincoln in his coffin and other items. Lee's statue in Richmond, the Virginia city that was the capital of the South during the 1861-65 conflict, was taken down in September, one of the number of monuments to the pro-slavery Confederates removed in recent months. Now sports news. Sourav Ganguly, the former Indian captain and the current president of BCCI, has been admitted to a hospital after testing positive for COVID-19. Ganguly was taken to a city hospital on Monday night after his RT-PCR test came out positive. This is the same hospital where Ganguly was being treated for his heart condition earlier this year. The former Indian captain had suffered a cardiac arrest and had undergone angioplasty at the same hospital. Australia has beaten England by an innings and 14 runs. Australia retained the Ashes and the English completed a 9-test match defeat of 2021. England folded to 68 all out, losing their last 5 wickets for 8 runs in 29 balls as Australia needed just 80 minutes of play on the third day of the Boxing Day test to win by an innings and 14 runs. A 5-0 whitewash is inevitable unless weather comes to their aid. Most of them have ever lost in the same year. Scott Boland took the Man of the Match award for figures of 6-7 from 29 balls. Before ending, we go to the Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Mastermind behind the assassination of Bangabandhu and family will be unveiled soon, said Prime Minister at the unveiling ceremony of Mujib Memorial Book. Bangladesh officially began administering booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine on a limited scale this morning. High Court directs to submit investigation report on Jhalakoti launch fire within 30 days to accuse surrender to court. We're up to date so far here on Euro-Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.